In 1991, an ambulance speeds toward a high-security Chinese prison. Inside is a CIA operative named Tom Bishop, disguised as a doctor delivering a vaccine. While the guards are distracted, Bishop triggers a short circuit, plunges the entire prison into darkness, and uses the chaos to blast open a cell and free the prisoner he came for. But at the gate, the suspicious prison chief surrounds the ambulance. Cornered with no way out, Bishop is dragged back inside and captured. Word reaches the American embassy fast, and a veteran case officer named Nathan Muir is pulled in. On the single worst day for it, because it's his very last day before retirement. When he reads the report, his stomach drops. The captured operative is Tom Bishop, the finest agent he ever trained. Muir walks into headquarters to find a sharp executive named Charles Harker already digging through Bishop's classified files. Sensing trouble, Muir stalls him, then quietly orders his secretary to burn nearly everything, keeping just a single page. He's been in this game far too long not to recognize what's really happening. If you're enjoying this video, please subscribe before watching ahead. Inside the meeting, the truth comes out in pieces. The American president is about to visit China to seal a massive trade deal, and Bishop's capture threatens to blow the whole thing up. Muir's superior, Troy Folger, lays out the clock. They have 24 hours. If the US doesn't claim Bishop, China will execute him at dawn. And because Bishop went rogue, with no authorization, the agency has zero intention of saving him. They didn't call Muir in for his help. They called him in to help them justify letting Bishop die. Muir realizes he is completely on his own. So while he plays along, feeding the room half-truths, he quietly begins building his own rescue. And to understand why he'd risk everything for this one man, the story keeps slipping into their shared past. It starts in Vietnam, 1975, where Muir first meets Bishop, a young Marine sniper with freakishly good aim who claims he learned to shoot in the Boy Scouts. Muir hands him a target, a Laotian officer. Bishop takes the impossible shot even as a helicopter bears down on them, kills the target, then downs the chopper too. But what truly sells Muir isn't the skill. It's that when his wounded spotter can't run, Bishop refuses to leave him behind, carrying him out under fire. Impressed, Muir recruits him. In Berlin, he trains Bishop in the real craft of spying: how to read a face, spot a lie, beat a polygraph, pull secrets out of a stranger in casual conversation. He hammers one rule into him above all others: never risk your life for an asset, because in this world, people are tools to be used. That philosophy soon tears them apart. On a Berlin operation, Muir uses a man named Schmidt as live bait, sacrificing him to expose a Russian mole hidden inside the embassy. Bishop is horrified when the man dies, but Muir feels nothing. To Muir, espionage is a brutal numbers game. To Bishop, every single life counts. It's a fault line that will eventually split them for good. That fault line finally cracks wide open in Beirut, 1985. Posing as a photographer, Bishop is sent to track a terrorist sheikh responsible for bombing the American embassy. While there, he meets Elizabeth Hadley, a relief worker bringing medicine to children in the poorest neighborhoods. Bishop is drawn to her, and the two fall into a real relationship. But Bishop's true mission runs through a local doctor named Ahmed, the sheikh's personal physician. Muir helps turn Ahmed by revealing the sheikh murdered his parents, and the grieving doctor agrees to help kill him with a slow-acting serum. Then, Muir starts digging into Elizabeth, and what he finds is dangerous. He confronts the couple and drags her secrets into the open. She was once part of a group behind a bombing in Britain that accidentally killed Chinese civilians, including the son of a powerful Chinese official, which means China has been hunting her ever since. The relationship implodes, then slowly mends as Bishop finally tells her the truth about who he really is. But the mission won't wait. When the doctor's poison plan stalls during a day of street violence, Muir triggers a ruthless backup, a militia car bomb at the Sheikh's hotel. The Sheikh dies, but so do dozens of innocent people, and Dr. Ahmed is killed in the blast. For Bishop, that's the end. He tells Muir he's done sacrificing innocents, walks away from him for good, and goes to find Elizabeth, only to discover she's vanished, leaving nothing but a letter. If you're enjoying this recap, hit that like button. Back in the present, the missing piece finally clicks for Muir. He realizes the prisoner Bishop risked everything to free was Elizabeth. And worse, he understands why she ended up in that Chinese prison in the first place. Years ago, Muir himself secretly traded her to Chinese authorities in exchange for the release of an American agent, partly to remove her as a distraction from Bishop. He always assumed Bishop would move on. He never dreamed the kid would go back for her. That guilt now drives everything. With time running out, Muir goes fully rogue. He first tries to force the agency's hand by leaking Bishop's capture to the press through a Hong Kong contact named Gibson. But Harker kills the story by getting it retracted as a hoax. So Muir builds something far more dangerous in total secret. He steals a map of the prison, drains his entire $282,000 retirement fund into one account, and forges an official directive from the CIA director to launch a rescue. He bribes a corrupt Chinese officer to cut power to the prison for 30 minutes, and arranges fake approvals so the whole operation looks completely legitimate. When Harker traces the missing money and confronts him in front of everyone, Muir calmly produces a brochure for a dream retirement house in the Bahamas and claims he was simply planning his future. It's the perfect cover. That night, everything Muir secretly set in motion comes alive. Right on schedule, the prison loses power, and 2 helicopters carrying a rescue team sweep in out of the darkness. They drop in, move fast, and pull Bishop out before the guards even understand what's happening. At first, Bishop thinks he's the only one being saved, until he looks across the helicopter and sees Elizabeth alive beside him. Both of them free. Then the pilot says 3 words, "Operation Dinner Out." Bishop freezes. That was a private code name from their days in Lebanon, the name of a scheme Bishop once ran just to get Muir a birthday gift. In that instant, he knows exactly who orchestrated this entire impossible rescue. Back at headquarters, the executives finally get word that something has happened at the Chinese prison, and the truth lands on all of them at once. The tired old man they thought they were using on his last day has outplayed every single one of them. And by the time they realize it, Nathan Muir has already walked out the door, having saved the one person who ever truly mattered to him, no matter the cost. If this recap kept you watching, hit subscribe and share with your friends.